Welcome to yet another exciting edition of My.NA Property Show. On tonight's episode, we're going to be having a chat with the owner of Empress Realtors. And she's going to give us a little bit of tips on how you can be a good investor in the property business. My name is Glenora Shipura, here to take you through yet another exciting edition of My.NA Properties.
Where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Now I'm sitting here with the gorgeous, the brilliant Petrina. She's hailed the empress in the real estate industry, and in my eyes, she's a woman who has it all: the beauty, the brains, and the success.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. I heard about you, and I'm so excited that we finally got to have this chat.
Yay.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I want the audience to know just what I know and how amazing you are.
Oh, okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Petrina Karaman, and I hail from the south of Namibia, namely Marienthal, but I was born in Windhoek and raised in Windhoek. I went to school here. And, you know, I've been doing the life thing in Windhoek. And before we start, I'm so excited, you know, for this interview, and I'm looking forward to an exciting time with you.
Well, getting right into it, what are your main focus points as a realtor?
Okay, so at Empress Realtors, we focus on matchmaking, right? A real estate agent is a matchmaker. So we assist clients in buying, renting, selling, and we assist investors in purchasing their investment properties.
Now, you just talked about matching the client with the owner.
Yes.
How do you go about that process?
So what we would usually do is, first of all, if a client is looking to purchase, how we would match them is we'll first find out what they are pre-approved for. Are they going to be buying cash, or are they going to be buying via the bank? And then after that, we will schedule a short consultation with the client just to find out, you know, what exactly they're looking for, what are the specific specifications that they're looking for in a property. And after that, we'll run a CMA, a comparable marketing analysis, you know, just to give the client a realistic focus on the price range and the areas that they're shopping in. And then after that, you know, we start shopping, and then we close, and then we pop champagne with our clients after that.
I'll definitely want to be popping champagne with you anytime soon. Now, can you tell us, is property a sustainable investment, and why would you say that?
Okay, so let us start with a brief description on what property is, right? So property is a tangible or intangible asset that, sorry guys, sorry.
Okay, continue. Just continue.
I forgot.
Okay, let me just ask the question again.
Are we on air? Yeah. Sorry.
They will cut it. Don't
Awesome.
worry.
Tangible or intangible property. Yeah, this one I squeezed in.
Your chair now.
Am I still moving too fast?
No, your chair is like.
Okay, I'll just ask the.
Ask again.
Now, can you tell us, is property a sustainable investment, and why?
Okay, great question. So property is definitely a sustainable investment. Property is the safest form of investment that is out there, but I'll give you a short description of, you know, what property is, right? So property is tangible or an intangible asset, and it is anything that an individual or a business holds legal title to, right? So property can be purchased in two forms, namely direct property and listed property. So direct property is like this office where we are in. It could be a shop, restaurant, or mall. And then listed property, we're referring to buying shares in a property or in a firm or an entity that manages property. So like, for example, Oryx Properties had an advert in the newspaper some time ago that they are selling shares in them, in the company, right? So with that, you could purchase shares in Oryx Properties, and by that you indirectly become a property investor. So those could be through REITs, it could be through property trust and EFTs that you could get into as a property investor.
Well, I actually didn't know that. I didn't know about the second part. Wow, interesting. Now, getting right into it, what should property investors consider when buying?
Okay, so number one, if you're looking for an investment property, you are obviously looking at return on investment, right? You're looking for a property that can make you money. So the first thing you need to consider is the location of the property, because when people are looking to buy, the first thing is, where is this property located? So that determines the value of your property. And the second thing you need to look at as an investor is you look at the size of the property, the age, and the condition, because that will also determine the price. And then, real estate is a numbers game. So you need to run your numbers and know what return this property will bring you, so that, you don't invest in a property that could potentially become a loss.
Now, on the property prices, what drives a property price?
Ooh,
I actually want to know.
I love your questions, so the drivers of the prices in property is, number one, it is the supply and demand. What the market is asking for, what the market is looking for at that moment will determine the prices. Number two will be the interest rates, because the interest rates determine how much house you can afford as a buyer. When the interest rate goes up, means your buying power becomes lower, right? And if they drop, then you can afford more house. And then the third factor is, I forgot. Sorry, guys.
That was so. I
learned the trick. I need to repeat the question, then I remember in my head.
Yeah, but that was so good, though. Okay, I'll just ask the last question.
Yes.
Sorry. What drives property price?
Drives property prices. It's just location.
So the first was interest.
Demand and supply, interest rates, and then location.
Okay, great.
So are we going to start the whole thing?
No, not the whole thing. Just the last question. What drives property prices?
Interesting question. I actually love answering this specific question. So the major drivers in the property market are, number one, the demand and supply. What is the market asking for at that specific time? And number two would be the interest rates, because the interest rates would determine how much house you can afford. The interest rates determine your buying power when you're looking for a property. So when the interest rate goes up, your buying power goes down, right? And when the interest rates come down, then you are able to afford more house as a buyer. And the third thing is, of course, location. And the other thing that I can add on is proximity to, whether your property is close to a school, whether it's close to public transport. Those are all drivers of prices in real estate.
Okay. Now, what makes a good property manager? Just for the viewers out there, somebody who wants to get into the industry.
Okay, so by the way, I didn't mention that at Empress Realtors we offer property management services. So my advice to property investors that are looking to hire a property manager, number one, you need to look at their experience. How long have they been in the industry? And then also you need to look at what type of properties they are managing. Are they managing commercial properties? Are they mostly managing residential properties? And then also, do they have systems in place to manage your properties well, or are they running your properties, by memory? That's also very important, because it determines the success of your investment, because this person will be working with your money, right? And number three is, do they have a team? Because most people work solo, so that the capacity that they can take on. If they can take on 20, 30 properties and they are a single agent, then you obviously your property will not be managed well. So you also need to do a little bit of research on the property manager, and know how big their team is, their support, whether they have support staff and their operating hours, and all of the little things that they can throw in for you as a property investor. As well as, most importantly, you need to make sure that you're working with a registered real estate agent that is experienced, and that can advise you accordingly.
Whoa. Once the coins are correct, I can maybe come here for a consultation and maybe find a property manager, who knows? Or a property with you. But before I let you go, I don't want to let you go, but, time. And you're a busy woman as well. Can you tell the viewers where they can find you?
So We are online, and as well as we have a physical address. On social media, you can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and our handle is the same all across. It is Empress_Realtors. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram, the_EmpressNam, and our offices are located at the Village, Unit 2B. And guys, if you guys follow me and you know me, you know I love a good coffee, and I like to go. So you're welcome to visit our office, have a quick cup of coffee, and then we can chat about real estate or your investment dreams.
And I can attest to it. Your offices are absolutely very, very beautiful.
Thank
I urge
you
everyone to just
so
make a
much.
quick turn there and just see what you can get up to
Yeah.
with the Empress in the real estate industry.
In conclusion, I would like to say, buy real estate and wait. Do not wait to buy real estate, and you'll thank me later, guys.
Okay, that's a tip to take home.
Are you interested in creating the things that you wish existed? Or are you perhaps interested in fixing it yourself? Well, check out what our DIY segment has in store for you. Clogged or blocked drains are some of the most common plumbing issues encountered in a home or business. As with any kind of blockage, clogged drains, if left untreated, can become major problems very quickly. When a drain is clogged, it means that everything that goes through the drain won't necessarily be able to pass through due to the blockage. When this happens, the drain will only become more and more clogged, which can lead to even more problems. When drains clog and buildup occurs, the flow of the drain is slowed, sometimes significantly. On top of the buildup itself, the remaining water that does manage to run through the drain is slowed due to having to navigate the clogged piping. There are a number of ways to unclog a drain. Use a plunger. Fill your sink half full and make sure you are not wearing your best clothes. Before forcing down the plunger, ensure that there is sufficient water in it, as you will use the water pressure to clear the clog. Place the toilet plunger completely over the clogged sink drain hole and press down slowly but firmly. Repeat if you notice that the water has begun to drain slowly. If it drains away quickly, you have successfully cleared the blockage. If the clogged drain was caused by a buildup of grease, then the simplest remedy is pouring hot water down the drain. Water from the tap is probably not hot enough, so it's best to boil some water in a kettle or a large pot first and simply pour it slowly down the drain. You can also sprinkle a small packet of baking soda down the drain, followed by a healthy dose of vinegar. This will fizz it in the drain as a form of homemade drain cleaner. It's best to leave it overnight and then rinse with hot water in the morning. This can be effective in breaking down more stubborn, solid matter over time.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
We will now visit a unique structure at the Upside Down House. Jarenhoff has all the details. Let's take a look.
Hallo kykers, ons het vandag 'n heerlike outing soos die Engelse sou sê, na plaas Narugas, buite Windhoek, 60 km om presies te wees, om na 'n ander huis te kom. Die ander huis is natuurlik hierdie onderste bohuis hier agter my. En saam met my is Richard van Wyk, wat saam met sy vrou hierdie baie opwindende projek aangepak het. Richard, vertel ons 'n bietjie van die projek.
Ons het die projek so 4 maande terug begin. Dit was in ons stilte tyd dat ons die vision maar gekry. En ons het net besluit, kom ons wees so 'n bietjie uit die boks uit as 'n normale strawberry plaas. Hier is nie baie in Namibië nie. As ek reg is, hier so 4. Ons was laas jaar die eerste en ons het Omaya het ook GOtv het ook ontstaan intussen. En toe het ons gedink, kom ons doen iets anders bring so 'n bietjie die wêreld na Namibië toe. So ons hoef ook nie Suid-Afrikaners of Suid-Afrika toe te gaan om strawberries te gaan piek nie. Of ons hoef nie Europa toe te gaan om 'n upside down huis te kan beleef nie. So ons die plan was net om die wêreld na Namibië toe te kan bring. En dis maar feitelik hoe ons die upside down huis begin het.
En die wêreld op sy kop te draai.
En toe draai ons hom sommer omkeer.
Nou, prakties wil ek weet, moes julle planne indien by die munisipaliteit?
Nee, hier is nog nie munisipale area nie. So ons is gelukkig want ek dink dit hulle sou dit goed gekeer het.
Ek dink hulle sou geflip het, letterlik. Maar nou, wie het dit vir julle ontwerp en die fisiese strukture, hoe het julle dit aan mekaar gesit?
Ons het so 2 jaar terug het ons met die konsep gekom en ons het Ricardo Michaels argitekte genader om vir ons die ding op papier te sit. Die tekenaar, die draftsman was Devin Kloppers en hy het behoorlik gesukkel. As hy vir hom kom kry in die kantoor, dan vra die ouens nou, wat gaan aan Devin? Dan sit ek kop onderste bo met die drawing. So, en dit was nogal exciting in hulle se kantoor, het dit baie excitement gekry. En na die 2 jaar het ons besluit, hierdie jaar, ons gaan nou full out gaan om hierdie ding te begin doen. So, alles was toe nou op die drawingkaart neergesit en ons het fondasie begin grou in April maand het ons begin hierdie jaar. En so plus minus 2,5 ton stal is in die fondasie in. Die ingenieurscompany was Bouwmeister onder Morne Isaacs was ons ingenieur. Dis 'n hele professionele span wat involved was met die bou van die huis.
Dit was seker die eerste vir hulle ook.
Dit was. So die struktuur is stal, die hele huis is van stal gemaak, alle diktes en alles volgens spesifikasies. Hulle moes die wind in ag geneem het, so hy het windtoetse gekom doen, dat die huis nie omwaai nie. So en dis hoekom ons hierdie area ook gekies waar baie bome sit dat dit so bietjie kan keer. Julle kan self voel die wind is vandag ook reeds sterk hierso. Westenwind is ons gevaarlike een.
Ja.
Dan het ons die stal die company wat die stalwerk gedoen het is LM Steel. Hulle was die ouens wat fisies die swyswerk gedoen het. Dit het vir hulle omtrent so 2 maande gevat om dit te doen. Dan was ons body and insulated was die ouens wat freezer panels die huis mee gekleed het.
Ja, freezer panels.
Yes, dis cold room panels waarmee die huis gekleed is.
So nooit sou kon raai nie.
Ons moes met gewig reduction en dit was die ligste medium om dit te doen. Ons kon nie stene gebruik nie, is te swaar.
Ja.
Reeds om die huis omkeer staan. So en dan het ons aluminium vir die vensters was CJ aluminium. Hulle het vir ons al die vensters ingesit volgens spesifikasies. En ja, dit is die bou van die huis. 4 maande het ons gevat om...
So dit was eintlik vinniger as 'n gewone huis?
Yes, ek het dit eintlik besef.
Toe ons huis gebou het, het dit 9 maande gevat. Dit was soos 'n geboorteproses. Maar natuurlik is dit nou nie net die huis wat julle hier het nie. Julle het die arbeye wat gepluk kan word en julle het 'n lieflike piknikarea daar agter en julle is baie familievriendelik.
Yes.
Vertel ons 'n bietjie van julle eie familie en hoe julle besluit het maar you need wholesome family time here.
Die plot het eintlik aan my pa behoort. Hy het dit gekoop so 5 jaar terug.
Ja.
En toe het ons begin maar net die huisiekie gebou en later het ons gesien maar ons moet iewers met die strawberries, ons het eers groente gedoen.
Ja.
En toe was die mark nie goed genoeg. Ek moet dit maar nou sê. Ons kon nie kry vir wat ons ingesit het nie. Toe besluit ons, kom ons kies een produk waarin ons spesialiseer en ons doen nie 10 verskillende goed nie. En dis eintlik hoe die ontstaan van die strawberry farming gekom het, was met die verskywing van groente af na
arbeid toe.
Ja, arbeid toe. Die familie is ek glo stellig as jy baie familietyd met jou familie spandeer, het jy 'n beter kwaliteit van lewe want kinders het baie tyd ook nodig van hulle se ouers om sukses in lewe te behaal. En baie kan dit nie. Is nie almal wat dit skore is nie. So dit is ons sit regtig baie tyd in familie en ons kan ook sien mense wat hier kom met hulle se kinders en hulle se hele familie en ja,
Julle dag se pret.
Geniet dit net ja.
Ag Richard, baie dankie. Ons gaan nou 'n draai binne gaan maak en dan gaan ons kyk hoe dit lyk. Baie dankie julle. Sien julle volgende keer.
They say that an organized home is a happy home. Now, my darlings, let's see how we can declutter our homes and office spaces.
This week, find a surface in your home that collects clutter. I know sometimes, especially if you have a significant other or kids in the mix, that these spaces can become a magnet for the daily clutter that's an unavoidable reality in our lightning speed lives. Keys, loose change, junk mail, paperwork, and school projects. Think about where this stuff lands in your home. There might be more than one spot, but for now, just pick one. If there's a table, a countertop, or a chair where these things start to pile up, your experiment for the week is to find a new out-of-sight home for everything that ends up there. Don't just hide these items in your drawer and forget about them. Take some time to be intentional about where you want each of them to live. Junk mail can head to the bin right away. Mail that requires action can go into the folder. Good articles or recipes can be scanned, photographed, or clipped from old magazines. Receipts can go into a filing system. Get the whole family on board with the experiment and see if anyone can get into the habit of immediately putting everything into the right spot. Every night as you get ready to turn in for the evening, give your surface a quick 5-minute scan and put anything that's accumulated again in its new home.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Empress Realtors, they do promise good coffee, and that's exactly what I got here. And of course, me and my new best friend here are going to go out and have a little chat about how I can invest in the property business. And as I say, all good things must come to an end. From me, Janora Shipura and Petrina, until next time. So anyways, as I was saying about the